Hello guys, in this particular tutorial we are going to do another example on the for loop and we're going to go ahead and see a couple more things inside of the for loop. So far what we have done is we have used an increment of 1, but that's not the only thing you can do using the for loop. Let's say my question is, or let's say I wanted to go ahead and display number 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. These are the numbers I want to display. So one of the way, as you know, which is not the right way, is writing the system.debug statements in print 2, then 4, then 6, and 8, and then 10. That's not a good way. So the another good way we can do it using is the for loop. So how are we going to go ahead and do the for loop? In the case of this example, we are not going to initialize our variable with 1. Since the first value that you want to print is 2, so let's go ahead and initialize our variable with 2. And then what was the common thing between, what is the pattern here between these numbers, is that they are increments of 2. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. So these are increments of 2. So how we're going to go ahead and design our for loop? We're going to go ahead and start with for the initialization part. We're going to initialize it with the variable I would be equals to 2. We're going to initialize it with 2, then it will be a semicolon, and then what is the condition? The maximum value you wanted to print should be less than equals to 10. It should be 10 because 10 is there. And then you're incrementing the value by I plus 2. This is how you're going to do it. You're incrementing by 2 every time. So, and what you're displaying, you're going to go ahead and display the value of I. So now what's going to happen? Let's go ahead and start looping through this. So first time the value of I is 2. So what is the initial value of I? The initial value of I we have is 2. Now the initialization part is done. The initialization part executes once. So initializing we have already done. I is equals to 2. Now the condition part will run, which is this one. So now the condition says is 2 is less than equals to 10. Yes, 2 is less than 10. Now if the condition is true, it will come inside the loop and it will print the debug statement and the value of I. What is the value of I? 2. So it will go ahead and print the number 2 on screen. Then this part of the program will run. So I is equals to I plus 2. Now what is the new value of I? I is equals to 2 plus 2. The new value of I became 4. Now after that, this goes back to the condition and it sees, is 4 less than equals to 10? Yes, 4 is less than 10. So now the condition still remains true. Then what will happen? It will go inside the loop and it will print the value of I. Now what is the value of I? The value of I is 4. So now the second condition also met, it displayed the number 4 in it. Then it will go back to this increment part. Now I is equals to I plus 2. So what is the value for I? 4. 4 plus 2, what is the new value of I? 6. Now what is the condition? Condition says is 6 less than equals to 10? Yes, 6 is less than 10. Okay, so 6 is less than 10. The condition meets it will come inside the loop and it will print the line 6. Okay, the value of I, which is 6. Now, again, it will go back and increment the value of I. So I is equals to I plus 2. What is the value of I? 6. 6 plus 2, it became 8. Okay, is 8 less than equals to 10? Yes, 8 is less than 10. So the condition again meets it will come inside the loop and it will print the value of I. What is the value of I? 8. So it will go ahead and print 8 on the screen. Again, the increment part will get called. Now I is equals to I plus 2. Now what is the old value of I? 8. 8 plus 2, 10. So what is the new value of I now? 10. Is 10 less than or equals to 10? Yes, 10 is equals to 10. So the condition again meets, it will come inside the loop and it will print the value of I, which is 10. Again, the increment part will get called. Now what is the value of I? 10. 10 plus 2, 12. So now the new value of I becomes 12. Is 12 less than equals to 10? No, 12 is greater than 10. So the condition does not meet. The loop will not get executed and it will come out. So loop will exit out and it will only print the number 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. So this is how the loop works. Point here to note is you can initialize your variable with whatever value you want. Okay, we started with 1, you 0, but make sure whatever the pattern you are trying to achieve, it is followed along that path. Okay, then condition part is important, guys. Sometimes people by mistake do not know is it less than or it should be greater than, and I'll tell you how to select that portion as well. And then the increment part, you can increment with values of 2 plus 1 plus 3, whatever you want. So as I told you, there was something called I is equals to I plus 1 we did in the previous example. There is a shortcut to do that. Instead of saying I is equals to I plus 1, you can just say I plus plus. Now what does I plus plus do? This is called as an increment operator. If you want to go ahead and increase the value by 1 every time, then instead of saying I is equals to I plus 1, you can just say I plus plus. It will automatically increment the value of I by 1. Similarly, if you want to decrease it, you can also use something like I minus where it will decrease the value of I by 1. And instead of using I is equals to I minus 1, there is a shortcut and we call it as decrement operator. This is called as a decrement operator if you want to decrease the particular value. Let me go ahead and execute this program and see what are the results. So let's go ahead and execute and see if the result matches what we have shown. So if we go ahead and execute, click on the debug only, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So this is how it displays the first 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, and then 10. Let's say my new pattern that I want to display is 10. I want to display the same but in the reverse direction, 4, 6, 4, and 2. How I'm going to go ahead and achieve this pattern? Initially, we used 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So we did the increment. Now let's go ahead and do the other way. So what will be the for loop we are going to say? The integer would be, so we want to display what kind of pattern? Let me go ahead and show you the pattern. It's 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. What is the minimum value? 2 you want to display. What is the initialization value? Is 10. And what is the pattern here? 10 minus 2, 8. 8 minus 2, 6. 6 minus 2, 4. 4 minus 2, 2. So this is how the pattern is, right? So I'm going to go ahead and initialize my variable I with the value of 10. Now, is I, what should be it should be greater than equals to 2. So it should not go below 2, right? It should stop at 2. So I'm saying greater than equals to 2. So I'm stopping it right here. Okay, I don't want it to go beyond 2. Then the next thing is I is greater than equals to 2 and then I is equals to I minus 2. So I wanted to decrement by 2 every time, not by 1. So I cannot use the decrement I minus minus. Decrement operator I minus minus is only when you have to decrease the value by 1, not by any number, just by 1. Since here I'm trying to decrease the value by 2 every time, so I cannot use the shortcut operator here. So now what I have is, this is my initialization part, this is my initialization part, this is my condition, and this is my decrement. I'm not doing any increment now, I'm doing a decrement. So we initialize the value of I with 10. So what is the value of I? Is 10. Then what I want to print? I wanted to print 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. So let me go ahead and what I want to print, I will go ahead and say system.debug. I wanted to print the value of I. So first thing, let's first walk through the steps of how this loop is going to run. So first time, the value of I would become 10. Value of I is 10. This is the initialization part. It will only run once. Then the condition would be 10 is greater than equals to 2. Yes, this is true, right? 10 is greater than 2. Then what will happen? Since the condition is true, it will go ahead and enter the loop and it will print the value of I. Now what is the value of I? Value of I is 10. So it will go ahead and print the number 10 on the screen. Then this part of the program will run, which is the I is equals to I minus 2. Now what is the new value for the I? 10 minus 2. What is the new value? 8. So the new value of I becomes 8 because the old value was 10. 10 minus 2 is equals to 8. Again, this part will run. Is 8 greater than equals to 2? Yes, 8 is greater than 2. So then it will come inside the loop and execute this debug statement and it will print the value of I, which is 8. The next thing is it will go back and go to the decrement part and it will say I minus 2. So what is the old value of I? 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. So what is the new value of I? New value of I is 6. Now it will go ahead and check the condition again. Is 6 greater than or equals to 2? Yes, 6 is greater than 2. So again the condition meets. Again it will come and it will print the debug statement and it will print the value of I, which is 6. So it is going to go ahead and print the I value here. Now next time it will go back to the decrement and it will do I is equals to I minus 2. So 6 minus 2 is equals to what? Is equals to 4. So is 4 greater than or equals to 2? Yes, 4 is greater than 2. So what will happen? It will come inside the loop and it will print the value of I. Now what is the value of I? Value of I is 4. So it will go ahead and print the value of I. Again, this decrement part will get called. Now, what will be I is equals to I minus 2? What is the old value of I? 4. 4 minus 2 is equals to 2. So now the condition is 2 greater than or equals to 2? Yes, the condition still meets. 2 is equals to 2. So it will go ahead and come inside the loop, print the value of I. The value of I is 2, right? So the value of I here is 2. So it will go ahead and print the value of I 2. Again, it will go to the decrement side. Now, what does it say? I is equals to I minus 2. What is the old value of I? 2. 2 minus 2 is equals to 0. Now the condition is I greater than equals to 2. So what is the value of I? 0. Is 0 greater than or equal to 2? No. This condition does not meet because 0 is less than 2. So this condition does not mean loop will not get executed and it will come out of the loop. So what will it display? It will only display 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2. This is how the decrement portion runs. It's very similar. More you practice along with me, more you're going to go ahead and get it. I'll also add a small assignment for you to do the for loop so you can practice more if you want to display some numbers, patterns, etc. Practice here with for loop because this loop you'll definitely going to use a lot more in your development area. When you're going to go ahead and do programming, you'll come across these loops, and for is one of the very common loop that you're going to go ahead and come across. So you should be very well aware of how this loop works. So now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and execute our program and see if what we expected is the right answer. So now if I go ahead and execute, go to the debug only, 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. So now it showed us in the reverse order.